$12,749 for a Tesla Model 2. Sounds impossible, right? Here's the catch. That's not your price. That's Tesla's internal production cost. Your actual bill? $17,000 to $24,000 out the door. And before you hand over that cash, you need to know about the experimental batteries in early batches, the 40% range drop in winter, and why repair shops might refuse to touch this car. So what's the real story? Are you getting revolutionary value or paying $20,000 plus to test unproven tech? The answer is hiding in the math Tesla isn't showing you. Let me show you exactly where your money goes, because this is where Tesla's marketing magic turns into your financial reality. That $12,749 everyone's sharing, it's layer one. Tesla's internal engineering target covering raw materials, labor, and factory costs. Every automaker has this number, but most keep it confidential. Tesla's leaked target became viral marketing gold. You'll never see this price at any showroom. Layer 2 is where reality hits. Tesla adds profit margins, logistics costs, marketing spend, and service network infrastructure. Industry analysts tracking Tesla's Model 3 and why launch's estimate MSRP will land between $18,000 and $22,000. That's a $5,000 to $9,000 jump from production cost. This isn't greed, it's basic business economics every manufacturer faces. Layer 3 gets interesting. The federal credit died in September 2025, but here's the loophole. Commercial leasing companies can still claim the $7,500 EV credit and pass savings through lower monthly payments. This is exactly how Nissan, Hyundai, and Kia structure their current EV leases. Add state rebates. California offers up to $4,500. Colorado gives $5,000. Massachusetts bumped theirs to $3,500 in October. And your effective price drops to $16,000 to $19,000. But this only works if you lease and only if your state maintains these programs. Layer 4 is your actual bill. State taxes, registration fees, destination charges, dealer preparation where applicable. Real-world number? $17,000 to $24,000 out the door. Nearly double that viral headline. When your neighbor says they got a Tesla for $12 grand, they're actually leasing at $179 monthly in a state with good incentives. Their 3-year total? Around $8,400 in payments plus $2,000 down, totaling $10,400 before insurance and charging costs. Still cheaper than many alternatives, but completely different from what's trending on social media. What did Tesla delete to hit that cost? No heated seats, no cooled seats, no power trunk, no panoramic roof, no premium audio system, fabric instead of leather, 17-inch wheels instead of 19S, simplified climate control. If you're driving a 2012 Civic, you already live without these features. The electric drivetrain represents a genuine upgrade. But coming from a 2022 Camry XLE, this feels like a downgrade. The question becomes, does $5,000 annual gas savings over 10 years justify losing comforts you've grown accustomed to? The battery situation is where early buyers might become unwitting test subjects. Tesla's using enhanced LFP batteries, 15% higher energy density at 40% lower cost. They last longer, handle 2,000 to 3,000 charge cycles, and they're inherently safer. But physics doesn't care about marketing. When temperatures drop below 25 degrees Fahrenheit, charging speeds plummet 35 to 40%. Your advertised 20 to 25 minute fast charge becomes 45 to 60 minutes in real winter conditions. Michigan, Minnesota, Wisconsin residents. This isn't a minor inconvenience. This fundamentally changes how you use the vehicle 4 to 5 months yearly. The deeper concern involves long-term durability. Battery analysts studying aggressive fast charging patterns found LFP batteries can experience 20 to 25% faster capacity degradation compared to slower charging. Tesla's warranty covers 8 years, but what happens in year 9 when usable capacity drops to 65%? You're facing an $8,000 to $11,000 replacement cost that could exceed the vehicle's remaining value. Here's the controversial part. Multiple supply chain reports suggest some Model 2 batches may use experimental aluminum-ion cells. Lab data shows 310 watt-hours per kilogram density and 12-minute charging. Sounds impressive, except this technology has never been commercially deployed in automotive applications. Zero real-world data exists beyond 18-month controlled tests. If you buy during the first 6 months of production, you might unknowingly receive experimental battery technology without informed consent. You're not buying a proven product. You could be enrolling in Tesla's field testing program. Analysts tracking EV resale values found that early adoption models featuring first-generation technology depreciate 25 to 30% faster than established models. The Model 2 combines multiple unproven technologies simultaneously. After 3 years, your $18,000 investment could be worth just $6,500 to $7,200. A 43% value loss versus typical 25 to 28% for proven EV models. Tesla's manufacturing revolution deserves examination because it creates both advantages and vulnerabilities. Their unboxed process builds major sections separately, then connects them like modular construction. This eliminates approximately 400 components and cuts production costs 28 to 32%. The 50,000-ton gigacasting machine produces the entire rear underbody as one solid aluminum piece in 90 seconds. No welding 70 separate panels, no quality control on 140 weld points, no potential for rust at seam joints. Stronger structure, better crash safety, pure engineering elegance. But that one-piece casting cannot be partially repaired like traditional frames. Minor fender bender? No problem. Major structural impact? You might need to replace an entire $3,500 to $4,500 casting module instead of patching a $600 panel section. Insurance companies are still calculating actuarial tables. Early estimates suggest 8 to 12% higher comprehensive coverage costs until repair protocols become standardized. My analysis requires nuance here. Over 10 years of ownership, most drivers experience zero major collisions requiring structural repairs. For this majority, gigacasting represents pure upside. But if you're statistically unlucky, one accident could instantly erase 3 to 4 years of accumulated gasoline savings. Let's address winter range directly. The Model 2 uses a 50 to 55 kilowatt-hour LFP battery. Tesla will advertise 250 to 260 miles EPA range based on 72 degrees Fahrenheit laboratory testing. Real scenario, you're in Minneapolis, minus 10 degrees Fahrenheit outside, visiting your daughter 60 miles away. That's 120 miles round trip. Seems perfectly reasonable with 260-mile range. But battery chemistry loses 30 to 40% efficiency in extreme cold. Cabin heating continuously draws 3 to 5 kilowatts. Heated seats and steering wheel consume another 500 watts. Battery preconditioning before fast charging uses 8 to 12% of stored energy. Your 260-mile EPA range effectively becomes 155 to 180 miles in reality. That simple 120-mile trip suddenly requires a 20 to 30-minute supercharger stop midway. Arizona, Texas, Florida residents? This doesn't apply to you. Minnesota, Wisconsin, Montana, upstate New York. Factor this into your decision with clear eyes. It doesn't make the Model 2 a bad choice. It makes it a vehicle requiring more planning during winter months. Monthly costs determine real affordability. Tesla Financial structures 36-month leases, leveraging commercial EV credits. They capture the $7,500 federal credit individuals can no longer claim, then pass significant savings through reduced payments. California with $3,500 state rebate, $149 to $169 monthly with $2,000 down. Colorado, Massachusetts, New Jersey, $159 to $189. Most other states without generous incentives, $189 to $229. Compare this to current transportation costs. Driving 12,000 miles annually in a vehicle getting 28 miles per gallon at $3.50 per gallon costs $1,500 yearly in fuel. The Model 2 charged at home using typical 12 cents per kilowatt hour electricity costs roughly $450 annually. That's $1,050 in annual savings, translating to $87 monthly. So if your lease payment is $179 monthly, your net effective cost after eliminated gas purchases is actually $92 per month. Critical requirement: you absolutely must have home charging capability. Without a level 2 charger in your garage, you're completely dependent on superchargers at 40 to 50 cents per kilowatt hour. Your annual charging costs jump to $1,200 to $1,500, eliminating most economic advantage versus a fuel-efficient hybrid. Who should genuinely consider this? You're ideal if you can install home charging, drive under 80 miles daily, typically keep vehicles 7 to 10 years, and don't require luxury features. 10-year total ownership could genuinely be $15,000 to $18,000 lower than comparable gas vehicles. Who should wait? If you cannot install home charging equipment, regularly drive 150 plus miles in cold weather, need proven resale values for financial planning, or you're uncomfortable being an early adopter of unproven manufacturing techniques, waiting 18 to 24 months allows manufacturing to stabilize and real-world data to emerge on battery longevity and depreciation curves. My professional assessment after examining available data: Tesla is making a calculated bet that American buyers will accept meaningful compromises in exchange for drastically lower operating costs. For retirees with predictable driving patterns, suburban families with home garages, environmentally conscious consumers, this could be genuinely transformational. For everyone else, the Model 2 represents a vehicle with legitimate engineering advantages and serious real-world compromises. Understanding which category you fall into determines whether this becomes your smartest automotive decision or your most expensive mistake of 2026. $12,749 is production cost, not your price. Real bill? $17,000 to $24,000 out the door. Worth it? Depends on you. Home charging under 80 miles daily, keep cars 7 to 10 years, save $15,000 over a decade. But buying first 6 months, cold climate, no home charging? You're testing unproven battery tech. The Model 2 is Tesla's bet. Americans sacrifice luxury for lower costs. Do they succeed? Q4 2026 tells us when real data emerges. Here's what I need. Hit like if this cut through the hype. Comment: reserving now or waiting for data? Which automaker faces biggest threat? GM, Ford, or Toyota? Want more no BS Tesla and SpaceX analysis? Subscribe to Tesla Zone and hit that bell. We're tracking every Model 2 development. First deliveries, battery performance, actual repair costs, everything headlines won't tell you. This is Tesla Zone. We give you engineering reality, not marketing. The affordable EV revolution starts or stumbles in 2026. See you in the next one. Tesla just revealed 3 shockers at once. Model 2 under $25,000, Neuralink human trials accelerating, and 2 battery breakthroughs, all targeting 2026. But here's the strange part. These timelines aren't random. When you trace factory builds, FDA signals, and supplier contracts, a coordinated pattern emerges. Is this Tesla's biggest synchronized launch ever? Or are we missing something even bigger? Because if all 3 hit together, the entire auto and tech industry faces a disruption they didn't see coming. While everyone's focused on the Model 2's $25,000 price tag, they're missing the real disruption happening underneath. For decades, financial advisors repeated the same advice: buy used, avoid first-year depreciation.